Welcome back to Cornell University here in Ithaca, New York. Newman Arena, an exciting collegiate women's gymnastics matchup between the Centenary ladies and the Cornell Big Red. Teams have been introduced. National anthem has been sung. They are moving to their first touch warm up. They get 2 minutes transition, 4 minutes to touch warm up, and then our competition will begin. Today, two events will be held simultaneously. Each gymnast score will be flashed. I'll try to announce it at the event and posted on the scoreboard. Six gymnasts compete for the team on each event, with the top five scores counting towards their team score. At the conclusion of the event, the teams are allowed to put up two gymnasts to perform exhibition routines that will not count towards their team score. The Centenary getting ready to warm up on the uneven bars. That is their first rotation. Centenary comes all the way from Louisiana to join the Big Red for their last home gymnastics meet. They're coached by Dr. Meg Crowley, who's in her second season. She is a former Centenary gymnast herself. She actually led the team to a third place finish at USA Gymnastics Collegiate Nationals. Her assistant coach is Joe Hodge. And we're going to take a look at the vault where Cornell Big Red is warming up. Warm-ups are finished. First up for the Big Red on vault, Josie Mullen. Great Yurchenko layout to start off the Big Red. And up first on the bars, Olivia Williams. Olivia starts on a high bar with a nice handstand. Gorgeous straight legs and her toe point. Nice dismount. That is the way to begin bars. That was Olivia Williams. Up next for the Big Red, Avery Brunn. Avery Brunn up for the Big Red. Gorgeous front handspring, front with the half. Nice landing. And up next on bars, Izzy Plaza. Transitions to the low bar. Right into her dismount, double tuck. And another great landing. Izzy Plaza on the bars for Centenary. And we're going to take a look at Addie Rothstein's vault for the Big Red. Here's a look at Addie Rothstein's vaults. Gorgeous Yurchenko full. Small step on the landing. Otherwise, executed well. Up next on the bars for Centenary, one of their captains, Roxy Meyer. But up right now on vault exercise, Michaela DiFrancesco. Yurchenko full in a tuck position. Nicely done. And taking a look at the bars. Roxy Meyer waiting for the salute from the judge to begin. Before bars begins, let's take a look at vault, where Sydney Beers, a team captain, is ready. Another great vault. My apologies if that was not Sydney Beers. And that was Roxy Myers, who just finished her bar routine for the ladies. And the vault anchor for the Big Red, Sydney Beers. Touch ankle full in laid out position. The height off the table, the distance from the table, the near perfect stuck landing. That is the way to conclude your vault rotation. Over to bars, Emma LaVale. Also a team captain for the ladies. Starts on the high bar, free hip hand. She'll transition to the low bar, right back up to the high bar. Setting up her dismount, double layout. Nicely done, Emma Lavelle for the ladies. Exhibition vault for the Big Red. Just doesn't get that block off the table to stand it up. With the unofficial scores, Cornell just had their season high on vault with a 48.725. Last week at Rutgers, they hit a great score of 48.700. Turning our focus over to the bars, Claire Flores. Nice transition to the high bar, right back down to the low bar. Gorgeous handstand. Setting up her dismount. Another double layout off of bars. Nicely done by Claire Flores for the ladies. And this is Sophia Schmitz on bars. Great release. Lots of airtime. Perfect catch. Oh, look at that handstand. Gorgeous. Her toe point is exquisite. Into a double back. Full pirouette right into that double back. Nicely done by Sophia Schmidt on bars for the ladies. Centenary also looking to post their highest bar score of their season. Their high score also came from them last week. Last week they scored a 47.17 on bars. Let's take a replay of all the great things that happened on bars. A great bar rotation for Centenary College. This is an exhibition routine by Brooke Murdoch. As mentioned before, those exhibition routines do not count towards the team score. But it's a great opportunity for these gymnasts that are to be able to have a pressure set. They get their Leo on. It's that one shot in front of the judge. Just too much over on that bar. Gorgeous handstand. Weight proportion, just too much on the one side. Had to twist and come off. And then she was short on that handstand, nervous about heading over again. And her dismount, a double tuck. And exhibitioning for the ladies, that was Brooke Murdoch. And unofficially, yes, the Centenary ladies crushed their season high bar score, ending up with a team total of 47.625. Cornell ending their vault rotation also with a season high record of 48.725. Each team has 2 minutes to transition and then 4 minutes to touch warm up. As the teams switch, we are going to step aside from Newman Arena in Ithaca, New York. New York. We are one rotation into a very exciting collegiate gymnastics matchup between the Centenary ladies and the Cornell Big Red. Centenary just finished on bars and had an outstanding first rotation. They had a season high team score of 47.625. Their high score came from Sophia Schmitz with a 9.775. The Big Red, they were on vault. They also had a season high vault score with a 48.725. Their high scores came from Sydney Beers with a 9.875. Then there was a pair of 9.725s from Avery Braun and Michaela DiFrancesco. Also a pair of 9.7s coming from Addie Roth and Cami Whitaker to round out that rotation. So the teams have switched. Centenary is headed to vaults. Cornell is on the uneven bars. This is the last home meet for the Big Red. And at the end of their meet, they are honoring their 7 seniors, these 7 athletes that have given everything to their program, including not having a freshman competitive year because of the pandemic. We will see one of the seniors in the bar rotation, Melanie Stone. She is from Weston, Florida. She's been a competitor on 3 events with the Big Red with high scores of 9.725 on bars, a 9.725 on beam, and a 9.775 on floor. Melanie is a 3-time USAG Scholar Athlete and has earned GEC All Academic status 3 times and is a 3-time All-American Athlete, Scholar Athlete. Mel's majoring in biological science in the College of Arts and Science. During her time at Cornell, she's been a part of the Undergraduate Research Fellowship and has worked at the Cleveland Clinic Weston in both Radiation Oncology Department as well as the Orthopedic Oncology and Sports Medicine Department, and was also a volunteer in the Cancer Center. She's a member of Cornell's 400 Club and coordinates community service events for the team. Melanie was just accepted into medical school, and upon graduation, she will be studying sports medicine, orthopedics in Florida. Very impressive career for Melanie Stone, one of the 7 seniors we're going to see on bars for Cornell. We will also see one of the seniors, Eva Fair, exhibitioning for the Big Red on bars. Eva is from Cornwall, Vermont. She's majoring in biological science and marine biology in the College of Arts and Science. During her time at Cornell, Eva has done extensive research in field sampling in Ithaca as well as in Australia. She has also been a teaching assistant for the oceanography classes. She's a member of Cornell's 400 Club for athletes with a GPA of 4.0 and is on the dean list in her college. Eva was just selected as a Merrill Presidential Scholar, which gives graduating seniors who represent the highest standard of excellence in scholastic achievements, leadership, and have demonstrated potential for contributing to society. Upon graduation, Eva will be taking a gap year, during at which time she will be a marine biologist lab tech and applying to PhD programs in marine biology. Eva Fair, who will be exhibitioning on bars for the Big Red. We will see one more senior on bars for the Big Red, also in an exhibition spot, Regina Walton. Now she's from Thomasville, Pennsylvania. She has been a competitor on 3 events for the Big Red with high scores of a 9.775 on vaults, a 9.625 on bars, and a 9.925 on beam, which is also a school record. Regina is a 2-year team captain as well as a 3-time USAG Scholar Athlete. She's earned GEC All Academic status 3 times and is a 3-time All-American Scholar Athlete. She's a member of Cornell's 400 Club and has been on the Dean list every semester, in addition to being a member of several different honor societies, including the Key Red Honor Society. Regina's majoring in nutritional science in the College of Human Ecology, while at Cornell, she has worked in the Big Red Fueling Station and has been an intern, a nutrition educator, and lead facilitator for various companies. Regina also completed an internship with Stanford Sports Nutrition Program. She participated in extensive community service as a student representative for Student Athlete Mental Health Committee and is also a member of the SAAC. Upon graduation, Regina will be attending graduate school for a master's in nutrition and is currently choosing between schools in Texas, Georgia, and Kentucky. So that bio is about Regina Walton, a senior we will see on bars. But up now, you are watching Melanie Stone. Gorgeous bar routine, perfect stuck landing. That is the way to begin a bar routine. That was Melanie Stone, one of the seniors for the Cornell Big Red. This is Amy Forrest for the ladies on vault. Gorgeous Yurchenko in laid out position. Up next for the big on the bars, Natalia Tarani. Natalia Tarani mounting the bars for the big red. She's starting on the high bar. Release move, transitions onto the low bar, right back up to the high bar. Nice handstand position. Setting up her dismount. Double layout. Nice duck landing. Great routine by Natalia Tarana. Vaulting. Sophia Schmitz. Great Yurchenko laid out position. Up next on the bars for the big red, we have Sydney Beers. And Sydney Beers mounting the bar for the big red. handstand. Huge high calf. Overshoot to the low bar. Nice handstand position. Clear hip hand. Toe on. Front with a half. Nicely done by Sydney Beers. And this is Lacey Wedge getting ready to vault for the ladies. Lacey Wedge vaulting for the ladies. Twinkle twist in a tuck position. Nicely done. We're going to take a look at Sophie Schmidt's vault for the ladies. Nice suit in laid out position. Natalie Trani with a 9.8 on bar. Big score for the Big Red. And this is Olivia Williams. Back over to the bars for the Big Red. Eddie Rothstein. Nice ganger. Overshoots to the low bar. Nice handstand. Hold it. Oh, what a save. What a save. Up for her dismount. And a stuck landing. Annie Rothstein. Gorgeous routine. And this is Morgan Shambo. Up next for the Big Red on bars. Great release move. Legs are glued together, toes are pointed. Sets up her dismount, double leg. Small step, but great routine by Morgan Shambo. Let's take a recap of what's been happening on bars to this point. Natalie Tarani with a 9.8 that ties the program team individual bar score. Sydney Beers putting up a 9.775. Monstrous save. Addie Rossi, 9.525. Morgan Shambo score is still not in. Shambo with a 9.725. And this is Josie Mullen. Sets up her dismount. Great dismount. That was Josie Mullen anchoring the Big Red on bars, who are again in a position to have their season high score on bars. On February 4th, at a quad meet with Bridgeport, University of Pennsylvania, William and Mary, and Bridgeport, they put up their team highest score of the season on bars with a 48.6. Leading on this last score from Josie Mullen, they're sitting at a 48.575. Exhibitioning for the Big Red, Regina Walton, one of the seniors. Regina mounts the high bar. Gorgeous handstand. 4 point. Release move, nicely done. Transition to the low bar, small leg separation. That upward dismount, double tuck. Nice routine by Regina Walton, exhibitioning for the Big Red in one of Big Red's seniors. Josie Mullins scores in at the 9.550. So they tied their season high on the floor, ending up with a team score of 48.6. One more exhibition routine by Eva Fair, another one of Cornell's senior athletes. And Eva Fair exhibitioning for the Big Red on bars. Nice catch. Overshoots to the low bar. Good save. 1.5 twist dismount. Eva Fair getting high fives all around. And with the dismount, that concludes rotation 2. We are 2 in, 2 more to go from Newman Arena on Cornell University's campus. We're going to step aside as the teams rotate. Welcome back to Newman Arena on Cornell University campus here in Ithaca, New York. We have had an exciting first 2 rotations between the Centenary ladies and the Cornell Big Red. Right now, 2 rotations in. Cornell is at the top of the leaderboard with a team total of 97.325. Centenary with a 94.275. Each team has competed on vaults and bars. In this rotation, you can see Cornell warming up on the balance beam and the Centenary ladies warming up on the floor exercise. This meet is the last home meet for Cornell, and at the end of the meet, they are honoring each of their 7 seniors. On the balance beam, we will see another senior, Annabelle Wright. Annabelle is from Colorado Springs, Colorado. During her time at Cornell, she has battled injuries, but has spent her time working hard in the gym and competed on beam and floor for the Big Red. She's a two-time USAG Scholar Athlete and has earned GEC All-American status. Annabelle's majoring in biological science in the College of Arts and Science. And while at Cornell, she's participated in medical shadowing in multiple hospitals in obstetrics, and gynecology, and internal medicine departments. She has also been a member of the SAAC and is a peer mentor in the EARS program, the Empathy, Assistance, and Referral Service. She leads the Cornell chapter and is the current co-president of Rally Cap Sports, which is a group that assists children with special needs to participate in sports and athletics. And Annabelle will be helping coach the first Special Olympics gymnast in our area this spring. Upon graduation, Annabelle will be a medical assistant. She is currently choosing between opportunities between Colorado and Maine. That was Annabelle Wright, a senior for the Big Red, who we're going to see at the end of the balancing rotation as she exhibits. But up right now for the Big Red is Regina Walton, a senior and a co-captain of the gymnastics team. Setting up her flight series, back handspring step out to layout step out, flawless. Feet jump into a side aerial. That's up her dismount, a ganger out the end, a stuck landing. That is a fantastic routine to start off the Big Red on beam. Starting off the ladies is Brooke Murdoch. Nice Rudy to finish her routine. And that was Brooke Murdoch. Up next for the Big Red, Melanie Stone. Round off, layout, step out, flawless. Great flight combination that we don't see often. That leap into a side aerial. Dismount, round off, 1.5. That was Melanie Stone for the Big Red.
That was Melanie Stone on the balance beam from Cornell. Now, leading the floor for Centenary, we have
Kendall Huff up next for Centenary on the floor. Coach Meg there giving her some last minute advice. Opening with great front tumbling. Very graceful dance. Nice 1.5 punch front. And that was Kendall Huff on the floor exercise. Mounting the balance beam, Alexandra Kiana. Gorgeous leaps. Lots of extension, perfect toe point. Front aerial, small balance check. Step out to layout, step out. Dismount, falter sinking off the edge of the beam. Nice stuff landing. Alexandra Kian. Focus back on floor to Claire Flores. She's opening round off handspring, double tuck. Great extension in her jumps. Tumbling for her final dismount, tumbling pass. And that was Claire Flores for Centenary on the floor exercise. And up next for the Big Red on the balance beam, Natalia Tarani, who has been a consistent competitor on balance beam for the Big Red. She's at a season high score of 9.85. See what she does today. Great control in her turn. Setting up the flight series. Back handspring step out to layout step out. Nice. Beautiful side aerial. Dismount. Getting her off the end. Pike position. Perfect stuck landing. Natalia Tarani for the Big Red on balance beam. Over to floor. Sophie Schmitz. Opens with a Rudy from Pike. Nice done. Finishes with a roundup handspring double full. Gorgeous. And that was Sophie Schmitz for the ladies on floor.
That was Sophie Schmitz on the floor for Centenary. Coming up on the bar for Cornell is Sydney Beers.
Up next on the balance beam for the Big Red, Sydney Beers. All around competitor for the Big Red. This year, she's at a season high on balance beam, a 9.825. Sets up her flight series. Back handspring step out to layout step out. Nicely done. Dismount, full twisting ganger off the side of the beam. Perfect stuck dismount. That was Sydney Beers for the Big Red. Olivia Williams up next for Centenary on floor. Opens roundup handspring, double tuck, so much height. On choreography, that's her personality show. On a 1.5 punch layout. And we're also taking a split look on the balance beam. Michaela Burton, the anchor spot for the Big Red. Beautiful flight series. Wow. Beautiful front throw to beat jump. Michaela's been a consistent performer for the Big Red on the beam, scoring over a 9.8 multiple times this season. Sets up for dismount, round up, 1.5, perfect landing. That is the way to finish a beam rotation. That was Michaela Burton. There will be two exhibition routines for the Big Red on beam. Up first is Eva Fair. The coach Melanie Hall there, who has been part of this program since 1994. Very impressive with that longevity. Unofficially, it looks like a 9-9 on balance beam. Eva Fair exhibiting for the Big Red. Back handspring, step out to back tuck, nicely done. Front throw, beat jump. Switch to a tough fall. Nicely done. Dismount, gainer off the side of the beam, full twisting, stuck dismount. And that was Eva Fair, one of Cornell's seniors, exhibiting on the balance beam. There's one more exhibition routine. Comes from another senior athlete, Annabelle Wright. But unofficially, it looks like Cornell is going to end up with a beam team score of 48.625. Centenary on the floor with a 47 flat. Puts our team totals, Cornell still at the top of the leaderboard with a 145.95. Centenary with a 141.275. Inquiry on beams, which just means the two judges' scores were too far apart. There are two judges. They each flash their score. If they're within range, those scores get averaged, and that's what we see on the scoreboard. If they are not within range, then the two judges need to have a conversation, figure out why their scores are so far apart, and then make adjustments from there. So that's what we see our judges doing right now. They're talking about what deductions they took and the amount of deduction they took for the air. They will come to a decision, so they are within range. Average dead score, then we'll be able to see it. Annabelle Wright exhibiting for the Big Red on balance beam. Nice side aerial. Side aerial swing through to round up for a flight series. Nicely done. Ooh, fun transition. Wolf jump or a wolf turn. You don't see often. Those are very, very hard. Setting up for dismount. Ganger off the end of the beam in pike position. A nice routine by Annabelle Wright, one of Cornell's senior athletes. And with that dismount and those high fives all around, rotation 3 is complete. We have Cornell sitting at the top with a 145.950, Centenary with a 141.275. As the teams rotate to their next and final event, we're going to step Newman aside. Arena here at Cornell University, where we are in our fourth and final rotation of a dual collegiate women's gymnastics matchup between the Centenary ladies and the Cornell Big Red. It has been a day full of fantastic collegiate gymnastics. Both teams started on vaults and uneven bars. On vault, Cornell scored a team score of 48.725. On the uneven bars, Centenary a 47.625. Then the teams switched, so Centenary headed to vaults, got a team score of 46.650. And on the uneven bars, Cornell posted a score of 48.600. Third rotation, Cornell was on the balance beam, team score of 48.625. And on the floor exercise, Centenary with a 47 flat. And then here we are, fourth and final rotation. Cornell is finishing up on the floor exercise, and Centenary is on the balance beam. Today is the last home gymnastics meet for the Cornell Big Red, and they are honoring all of their senior athletes. In this rotation, we will see Caitlin Walsh. Caitlin's from Rye, New York. Caitlin's been a staple in the floor lineup and also has competed in vaults. She's had high scores of a 9.85 on floor. Caitlin's a three-time USAG Scholar Athlete, earned GEC All Academic Honors twice, and is an All-American Scholar Athlete. She's a member of Cornell's Red Key Athletic Honor Society and has worked with local elementary school kids helping in the classroom as many other service events. Caitlin's majoring in biology and statistics with a finance concentration and a business minor in the College of Agricultural and Life Science. While at Cornell, she's been in several internships doing data analyst in Philadelphia and New York City. After graduation, Caitlin will be working for Citibank, where she's already secured a job as an as a research associate. And with Caitlin Walsh, we're going to see her on floor, one of Cornell's 7 seniors. Another senior we're going to see on floor is Callista Brady. Callista's from Barrington, Illinois. She is Over her 4 years, she's been a staple in the vault and floor lineup, consistently scoring over a 9.8 on both events. She has a career high of a 9.8 on vault and has scored a 9.9 on floor. Callie is majoring in biomedical engineering in the College of Engineering. She has done extensive research at her time at Cornell, even working with Cornell startup as an analyst. Haley is also on the leadership team of FAC at Cornell. And after graduation, Callie will be working in biomechanical research and player development and is considering a position with the Minnesota Twins. That is Calissa Brady. We are going to see her exhibitioning on the floor. And the final senior, Rachel Zunn, she is not competing today, but we need to celebrate her excellence from her time here at Cornell. She's from Wilmette, Illinois, and while she's been sidelined with injuries and setbacks, she is one of the hardest workers in the gym and really enjoys vault, bars, and floor. She's a 3-time USAG Scholar Athlete and has earned GEC All Academic status 3 times and is a 3-time All American Scholar Athlete. Rachel's majoring in human development in the College of Human Ecology. She has a vast resume from her time at Cornell that includes being on the Dean's List every semester, the 400 Club, multiple honor societies, an AFH academic scholarship, and just a few days ago won the SUNY Chancellor's Award for Student Excellence. Rachel was the secretary of the SAAC and the president until her term ended in December. She's been a tutor for biology, chemistry, and neuroscience and is a teaching assistant in neurobiology and behavior. She has done multiple internships assisting in orthopedics and worked for an internal medicine clinic and has been a research assistant at many hospitals. She's worked with the Illinois Special Olympic and currently works with the League of Women's Voters and is a certified EMT. Wow! After graduation, Rachel will take a gap year to be a patient care tech in Chicago before applying to medical school. And that was about Rachel Zunn, one of Cornell's seniors. On floor, we are watching Annie Rothstein. And a split screen of Riley Molina starting off the ladies on balance beam. That was a gorgeous double pike. Addie Rothstein setting the tone for floor, and it is set high. Great routine to start off the big red. Riley's dismount off the end of the beam. Nicely done. And as we head back over to the floor exercise, Cami Whitaker is up next for the Big Red. Cami's opening tumbling pass. She's going to open with some front tumbling. Wow, the height on that. Fantastic. Split screen. Let's take a look at balance beam. Sophia Schmidt. Great control on her turn on beam. Cami with more front tumbling. So much power. Great routine by Cami Whitaker for the Big Red on floor. And up next for the ladies, Mila Victor. Backhand spring step out to a full twist. Dismount. Nicely done. Josie Mullen. Up next on the floor exercise for the Big Red. Josie opening with some gorgeous front tumbling. Beautiful lines. Josie's been a consistent floor competitor for the Big Red this season, getting a season high of 9.875. Finishing a routine round of handspring double pike. Lots of amplitude. And that was Josie Mullen. And back over to the balance beam. She sets up her flight series. Back handspring step out to layout step out. Oh, needs to come off the beam.
Coming on the floor for Cornell is Alexandra Kiana.
Great control in her turn. We're going to take a split screen look. Alexandra Kiana on floor for the big red. She's opening round up handspring, double pike. Alexandra has been a consistent performer on floor exercise for the big red. Season high, 9.825. She did that twice this year. Beautiful artistry in her jumps. Wow! Beautiful front tumbling. Finish off her routine. Alexandra Kiana for the big red on floor. Massive routine. That was fantastic.
Coming up on the floor for Cornell is Sydney Beers.
Up next on the floor, Sydney Beers. Very powerful routine. She's tied the program record with a 9.9 this season. Opens, punch front through, round up handspring, double pike. Amazing the height she gets on that double pike. Gorgeous extension in her jumps. On up handspring, double tuck. The height on that. Wow, and a stuck landing. Also taking a look at the balance beam. Flight series, back handspring step out to tuck. Oh, what a routine for Sydney Beers. Great switch lead, tuck 3/4. And a nice Ginger twist off the side of the beam. See the floor scores there. 3, 9-8 or higher already on floor. Caitlin Walsh in the anchor spot for the Big Red. Opens, punch front, through to double tuck. Nicely done. Round off handspring, double tuck, absolutely perfect. And also taking a look at the balance beam. Amazing routine by Caitlin Walsh in the anchor spot for the Big Red on floor. That's up for dismount. Round off, 1.5. Nicely done. And see some balance beam team scores. A high of a 9.75. Two exhibition routines. First one coming from Callista Brady. Little short on her landing, but still on her feet. Double pike as a final tumbling pass. Fantastic. And now it's Callista Brady exhibitioning for the Big Red on floor. And taking a look at the balance beam. Gorgeous flight series. Perfectly straight legs. Toes are nice and pointed. Beautiful dismount for the ladies. And exhibiting on floor at about right. A senior for the Big Red. Opens. Wow! 1.5 punch front. Gorgeous layout. And that was Annabelle Wright exhibitioning on the floor exercise for the Big Red. And with the conclusion of that routine, that is the conclusion of the meet. Unofficially, it looks like Cornell is finishing with a 49.075, which just crushes their team high score of the season. They had a pair of 9.8s. They had another from Addie Rothstein and Cami Whitaker. Josie Mullen came in with a 9.825. Sydney Beers with a 9.875. Back to Newman Arena here at Cornell University. A very successful last home meet for the Cornell Big Red, dual meet. The Cornell Big Red facing the Centenary ladies out of Louisiana. Right now they're honoring the seniors, a senior class of seven seniors who didn't get to compete their freshman year due to the pandemic. So they had 3 full years of competitive gymnastics to make the most out of it, and they sure did. Those 7 seniors are Rachel Zunn, Eva Fair, Callista Brady, Annabelle Wright, Regina Walton, Caitlin Walsh, and Melanie Stone. Now, their resume of what they completed during their time here at Cornell is incredibly impressive and definitely needs to be celebrated. As those seniors are being announced, let's talk about the gymnastics meet. At the beginning of the meet, we promised some good gymnastics, and oh, did these athletes pull through. Amazing gymnastics on all 4 rotations. The beginning of the meet, we started with Cornell on the vault. They ended up with a team score of 47.625. Centenary started their meet on bars. They had a team score of 48.725. Then the team switched, and Cornell headed to bars, where they earned a team score of 48.600. Centenary then was on vaults, team score 46.650. Heading into the third rotation, Cornell was on the balance beam, team score of 38.625. Centenary was on the floor exercise, got a team score of 47.00. Our fourth and final rotation, Cornell headed to floor, where they have a team score of 49.075. Over on the balance beam, Centenary with a team score of 46.350. Our final team scores, Centenary finishing off with a 188.225 and Cornell finishing with a 195.025, absolutely crushing their season high score at this home meet. And as we transition to results and scores, we're going to welcome back to Newman Arena where awards are in progress. We're going to go down to our floor mic to listen to awards.